All right. What I'm going to do with this box is I'm going to change the face pad, check everything over, tighten it, lube and adjust, and basically get it ready for practice in a couple days or a tournament. This is going to be a very quick repair, normal maintenance. Like I say, the pedal pad's a little beat up, but it's still in good shape. The top's a little bit busted up, but we're going to let this go for a couple more months. The pedal pad, or the face pad, is bad. Or the plungers are bad. It feels pretty good. I haven't checked this box out in over a year, but the response feels good, so we're going to lube and adjust it. The first thing I'm going to do is I use air hose in my shop, of course. I'm going to blow it off. Get the worst of the stuff off it. Same as the inside. Get most of the dust out of that. Alright. So we're done with that part of it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to work backwards here. This is normally, I normally work the other way, but the camera's on my right. So first thing I do, take an Allen wrench and some pliers. And by the way, the plunger Allen heads, you can actually see it very good in here with the pad off it. There's an Allen head. This is a 5/32. That's the one I use for the pads. I'm going to pull these off. The first thing I do is pull these off. I can tell already this one's had Loctite on it because it's got a little bit more of a stiff end to it, which I like that. I've been putting Loctite on these now, and they work a lot better. They don't come loose on their own like they used to. What I like to do is take the pedal adjustment bolts right off when I put the pad on, because it lifts the pedal up out of the way. And I don't know if you can see that. These are the pedal adjusting bolts. A good shot of that, Gary. There's two nuts. The inside one's a regular nut and the outside one's a lock nut. They go against each other. They lock against each other, keep them from moving. So we're going to unlock them. The outside one is actually a lock nut, they call it. It's a resistant nylon thread in there that keeps it from just spinning off on its own. I like those because they won't move as much on you. But we'll take those off. And the inside one, hold the pedal down, will just spin right off for you. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, those are off. And what that does is it gives me a little more room here to put my pedal pad on. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this box because I'm right-handed, and we're going to take this pedal pad off. And what I like to use is a really sharp 1-inch, or actually I got some other sizes that I use, 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches chisel, wood chisels, because the sharper the better. And what I do is I push and lift, and not careful not to gouge the plastic, but it can take a pretty good beating. But sometimes the glue lets up, sometimes it doesn't. Basically, I'm just running that chisel along with the glue's really sticky. Sometimes you can pull it off like that if you get it going, but just take your time. It doesn't take that long to do it. Careful you don't stick yourself with a sharp chisel. Putty knives work, but I found that just a nice sharp wood chisel gives you the control, and it's solid. You can use it as like a little pry instrument. So you just got to push down there, and basically that's off. There's some pieces and parts. I leave a lot of this on because the foam will actually go over a lot of this stuff, but I go over it and make sure I get all the sand and the pieces and parts here. And I just happen to have a face pad cut. This one here is actually one that I cut a 1/4 inch narrower than I should have, but I'm not going to use it because it's fine here. You don't have to go all the way down 6 inches. I usually cut them about 5.5 inches. This one's like 5 1/4, and it's fine. And the reason why I let the pedal come out as far as it can is because when this has got contact cement on it and you put it down in there, you line up the top, and once it sticks, that's where it's going to go. That's why I leave the edge. I have it longer on the outside so I can kind of hold it on the outsides and let it go down there. And I line the top up only and throw it right on there. So we're going to do that. I'm going to get my glue out. The brush is already in here, ready to go. I use Wellwood contact cement, the original by DAP. There's another can, it's green. It's supposed to be nicer for you, but what I found is if it don't stink, it don't stick. This is the good stuff. It's not too bad. It doesn't bother me. It does bother a lot of people, so make sure you're in a ventilated area. You can buy this also. It's the same thing in a little, actually they're plastic now. They used to be glass. I got this at Lowe's for $3.18. I use it for touch-up. I keep it in my toolbox to see these corners. I almost knew it was going to be there. These corners get loose. Not a big deal, but every once in a while I touch it up with this. Check the tops. Tops are good here. Yeah, see, just the bottom corners are loose. It's basically from setting the box down, not the dogs. So I'll have one of these in my bag, and also I can put new plunger pieces on if it's an emergency. So I keep these, but you could actually buy one of these to replace the face piece and not worry about it. So my technique is paint this on good and heavy. Make sure you get it good around the holes, because that's where all the action's taking place. It's pretty forgiving. I mean, if you miss some of it, it's not a big deal. It floats quite a bit. Let's make sure I get it there. You don't have to go down too far on the bottom. This piece here holds it out a little bit, but that's all you got to do. And then, make sure you can see this. I glue the rubber. Okay. The cans, read the can. Who reads the can? Dries in 15 to 20 minutes. I've found that if you go a half hour, walk away from it, it's the best way to go. If you wait, if you're sitting here waiting for it, you put it on too early. So we're going to shut things down and wait a half hour and we'll be back. And I'll show you how to put it on. All right. Okay, we're back. Been about 15 minutes, but it's really warm out. This is kind of like just sticky to the touch. That's all it is. It's not wet. Okay, what I do, this is kind of a challenge, but I grab the outsides, put a little bit of pull on it, not much, slide it down towards me, and I just line up the top. So you run the top, run across the top, nice and smooth. You push it down. I put pretty good pressure on it. Okay, this is a little out of my normal. I don't ever do it this way. I always pull the launchers off, clean them, cut them from the back side. I can show you that with a different box, but I wanted to show people how to do it in the field. I used to do it this way in the field, emergencies for people, or go to tournaments and change their pads on all these different boxes for them. But I wanted to show you how you can do it without getting too extensive. I don't actually recommend doing it this way, but I realize that, you know, everything's last minute sometimes, and especially with the dog tournament stuff. But this is a really quick. You see how quick this is. I won't even use my rubber knife. Like, this is my rubber knife. I cut that really quick, but I'll use a regular. I bought this just for this video. Serrated blade. This was 88 cents at, I don't remember where I bought it, but one of the chain stores. Stainless steel china, but a paring knife, real cheap. But this is what I used to use years ago. But you just kind of saw it like bread. And the serrated blade actually helps cut the rubber better. Cut the ends off. It's kind of more of a sawing action than a cutting action, like my rubber knife. That's that. And you'll see that, you know, it's stuck good. It's on there. But this is what we used to do in the field. I haven't done this in a long time, so hopefully I don't mess it up. It's basically you pop the hole, go down to the plastic, and just do little teeny cuts, or strokes, I guess you should say, right around the hole. I used to be pretty good at this, but I haven't done it in so long, so we'll see how bad I messed it up. Yeah, it's not the prettiest, but it'll definitely work. Okay. Let's do my test fit there. Okay, this is a in the field at the tournament or the night before tournament method, and we all have to do it, so I might as well show you how I do it. The problem with doing it this way is you can't get a really nice cut, but you know, that one's better. I used to be pretty good at it, so I've seen people use different kinds of knives over the years, but this is one that I like the best. So that's it. We are done with our face piece. I always like to check it with a ball, see how it feels. So anyway, I do have this in stock, as many of you guys have got it from me. It's ready to go. But the reason I'm talking about this is this rib tough spun that we've used for all these years. There's actually a better product out now that I found, and I've had it on some test boxes. 3 or 4 teams have tested it out for me, and I got some here cut. This is 3/8 thick. Comfort King is the name of it. It's made by the same people that make this. This is actually a specialty product, and what I've found is it's softer, and the manufacturer, Crown Matting, said it's about 3 times the tear resistance, and from what I've been seeing, it is. So it's actually softer, kind of stretchy. It's softer and it's stronger. And by the way, just because it looks rough, the dogs love it. They actually can grab this. It's not as slippery, and they like it better. This is the only thing I'm concerned about up here, is where some of this plastic's exposed. So this is close to being needed to be changed.